Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
One of my favourite shows of last year was Colin from Accounts, a small, quirky Australian show that has taken the world by storm. Brilliant. There's a brand new series about to drop, and the stars of the show are a real-life couple as well. Patrick and Harriet, hello.
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 Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
How did you manage to do this? Because a lot of people have tried and no one has. And to make an Australian show that isn't cringeworthy. It's cringy because of the subject matter and the stories, but it's not cringeworthy. How did you take the cheese out?
I think that comedy can kind of die when there's too many hands on it and too many folks giving notes, like comedy by committee type things.
Yeah, because comedy's such it's so much about your point of view.
It's one perspective, and the more unique that perspective is, the kind of the more it hits, I think. And people just left us alone, truly. Binge, Foxtel, Easy Tiger, they supported us all the way, gave a couple of notes, and just let us do something, and it worked.
Yeah, we just sort of wrote stuff to entertain ourselves, stuff we thought was funny, and then they did a great job of giving us a long leash. I mean, occasionally they'd try and keep us on story.
There was always some really good notes in terms of story and stuff like that, but in terms of the silliness or, kind of big risks that we took, they just let us do it.
Yeah.
It was really a props to them.
Because you wrote one episode a piece, kind of, didn't you?
Yeah, it's similar to what we did in season one. Season one we kind of collaborated, but we just were a bit more time poor this time, so we really kind of split it up a bit. But we have one brain, Paddy and I, so
yeah.
It feels pretty much the same.
So we'd sit down and plot out the whole season, stuff that we want to see, stuff that we want characters to do, and so we do all that together. But then to actually sit down and write them, we do that separately. Of course.
Yeah.
But when I first watched the show, I actually said, "Gee, they would make a nice real life couple."
Duh.
But
thank you.
No, but I actually thought that. I thought you guys match each other and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, wow, what great actors! There's a real chemistry there. So, and then I thought, in a way, is that bad to hear that? Do you think, oh, hang on a minute, I need to act with someone else that I hate so I can prove that I'm such a great actor?
Well, we've done a bit of that already.
Yeah, we got to do that as well.
It's really nice to work opposite your person, but also it's not a foregone conclusion that you would have chemistry, because also we're tired. We're raising a toddler. We are running around like headless chickens trying to produce it as well as write it and star in it, and it could have been dead between us.
It was
on camera.
It was a huge relief when we showed it to some friends. They're like, "You guys have got good chemistry." Like, oh, thank God, because that would be embarrassing if we did.
Is the dog lovely, or is the dog a pain in the neck?
The dog's amazing. He's
the most amenable of all my co-stars.
He's very professional.
Yeah, he's a very good boy, and he will work the treat.
Right.
Yeah.
And his name's actually, it's not Colin though, is it?
No, you guys made
His
that up.
name's Zach.
Zach.
Yeah, we made that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't
We actually had a dog for a brief time back in the day, like 2 weeks. We fostered a dog for a minute, and we called him Colin from Accounts.
And that's where that whole bit was from. It was kind of like literally verbatim something Paddy and I did on the couch years ago with this foster dog. Like, Colin from Accounts Payables, working the big merger, lol. And then we put it in a script.
Yeah.
And do you find the Australian sense of humour, as you say, the undercutting, the underplaying, how it's wonderful that has translated so well around the world?
Yeah, I think different countries catch on different stuff. I mean, I think one of the reasons it went so well in the UK is that we have a very shared sensibility of not ever allowing anything to get too saccharine or too earnest and undercut it.
And similarly, though, with the US, they've got such a huge history of those multicam shows where as soon as something gets too schmaltzy, someone walks in and says a joke and then there's canned laughter. Like, everybody does it. It's just in different ways, and I think we just happen to ground ours in realness, which helps it. It's like...
Yeah, we try, and Harry's really good at this, at not letting us write a line that sounds like TV dialogue.
Yeah.
She's got a really good, bullshit meter is what I call it. And
Can we say that?
Can we say that? I don't know.
Of course you can.
BS meter.
Yeah.
She's got a great BSM. and so we find we get away with more kind of comedy and stuff as long as it sounds like something a human would actually say.
Yeah.
Then we're allowed to send it off.
Yeah.
But it's great you guys are educating Australian audience on a sitcom, because really I'm off the top of my head. When I think about Australian sitcoms, I always just go back.
Hey, Dad.
I go back to Hey Dad, and then before that,
Yep.
or Hey
Problematic.
Dad, Hey Dad, don't. And then before that,
Hey, Dad, please.
I go Kingswood Country. I think about Kingswood Country, but it was that live audience vibe and what you
It was
guys
slapstick. It wasn't this.
But you just watch it, and it is.
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
It
It's
is.
funny, but at the same time, it's real.
And it's sad. I've
It's
had
authentic.
tears. It is. It really is. And I can't wait to see season 2.
Yep.
It's out now, actually, on Binge.
happening.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. This is a mix of like the sitcom and the rom-com.
A rel-com.
Yeah, real com.
Real
Or
com.
rel, like relationship com. Rel-com. Rel.
Oh, Relcom.
Relcom. Good, Relcom.
Oh, you're welcome.
You put that next to your BSM.
It's so nice to talk to you both. Congratulations for all the accolades coming your way.
Yes.
I cannot wait to see it on Binge.
Riches and success.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. It's beautiful. Thanks for having us.
Okay, bye.